Hey friends, let's discuss current affairs and today's first questions on football. Argentina football captain Lionel Messi won a record 8th Ballon d'Or for the best player in the world for 2023. This is the 8th time that Messi has won this. Messi plays for Argentinian national football team as well as a football club called Inter Miami. Miami, as you know, is an American club, and this is where recently he transferred. He went to Miami, so currently he plays for Inter Miami. Okay, now you also need to appreciate the fact that this prize, this award is not given by FIFA. Okay, it is presented by a football magazine wherein a lot of people, journalists around the world, they choose their player by voting. So it's more of a popularity contest. Now, in that sense, Messi had won this particular prize 8 times, and you should know that the highest number of nominations have been held by the record for the highest number of nominations is held by the Portuguese player Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo has won 18 nominations and has won the Ballon d'Or 5 times. But Messi holds the all-time record of having won this particular prize on 8 occasions. And I mentioned that this particular prize is not presented by the FIFA, but by a magazine, and the name of the magazine is France Football. It's called France Football. Okay. So there we go. I guess this should be fine. Cayman Islands has been removed from the anti-money laundering grey list of the Financial Action Task Force. Cayman Islands is a self-governing British territory, my friends. This is British territory. As you can see there, right below there you will find Cayman Islands. The name Cayman is said to come from the local name for a kind of an crocodile, alligator, Cayman. That's how the word comes basically. Okay. Now, what should you know about Cayman Islands? Cayman Islands is a tax haven, Haven. What's a haven? A haven is a shelter, refuge from something that's gone wrong, basically. Okay. So, it's a British overseas territory, as the question talks about. British overseas territory. Britain has multiple territories around the world, and this one is in the Caribbean Sea, which is part of the Atlantic Ocean. Now, this is the largest British overseas territory. It's about 264 square kilometer big. Okay, how much? 264 square kilometer big, and the population is not much. It's about 80 to 85,000 people. That's about it. A little less than 85,000 people live here on a territory that stretches for about 264 square kilometers. Okay. Now, this Cayman Islands has no income tax, has no tax on any kind of money that you bring in. So the banks here do not ask you for the source. Where did you get this money from? No, they don't ask you. Okay. So they don't ask for source, and they don't ask about what is the money for. Purpose is not asked for. The per capita income of Cayman Islands is $92,000. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a lot of dollars. 92,000 US dollars. Okay, this makes it one of the richest countries in the world. But then it's not exactly a country. It's a part of Britain. It's a British overseas territory. Now, when I said that the per capita income is 92,000, this is because these banks are high-end banks, and they require people who are specialists in certain kinds of transactions. And also means that this country has people from this territory has people from all over the world. I guess there are people from 130 countries on this island. You could just look it up. Cayman Islands is home to residents from 130 countries. Yes, you heard it right. Okay. So, I just wanted you to, as I mentioned earlier, it's the largest British overseas territory, where both by area and population. Little more I can tell you is that this particular set of islands you see here, they are together called West Indies. The name Indies is a corruption of the word Indi, which is India. Christopher Columbus came here in 1492. The first place he came to was this place called Bahamas, these islands. When he came here, he thought he had reached India, so he called the local place Indi, I-N-D-I-E. Indi is a Dutch, Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, German word for India. Okay, and he called the locals, which he thought were Indians, locals. So he called them Indians. That's why I-N-D-I-E-N-S, Indians or Indians. So later, on his subsequent voyages, Christopher Columbus came to this part of the world 4 times, not just one in 1492. No. He had come to this part of the world on 4 occasions. And on his subsequent voyages, he came to know that he had not reached India. That's why he called this place Indies, because it is west of India, so West Indies. Some say the name was not coined by him, but by subsequently after his death, some other geographers had claimed, had renamed this place. So I'll not get into that debate as to who named it, as long as it is named after India. Yeah, because it's west of India, West Indies. Even today, Britain owns a lot of islands here, a lot of territories. You see this Montserrat, yeah, Montserrat is owned by Britain. You see British Virgin Islands, Turks and Caicos Islands, they're all owned by Britain. Cayman Islands, you have this Netherlands, Curacao is owned by Netherlands, so is Aruba. You'll find a lot of islands here, like British Virgin Islands, you have Anguilla, which is owned by Britain. France owns Saint Martin, Guadeloupe, Martinique, all these places. Okay, that's a bit about this part of the world. This is the US. This is Cuba, the largest island here. It's about 1 lakh square kilometers. And you must have heard of Guantanamo Bay. Guantanamo Bay. So this is Guantanamo Bay, the reflection of light. This is Guantanamo Bay. What's a bay? A bay is a water body surrounded by land on 3 sides. To repeat, a water body, bay, B-A-Y, a bay is a water body surrounded by land on 3 sides. So we have the Bay of Bengal, which is surrounded by land on 3 sides. Here, this Guantanamo Bay is home to a major US military naval base. You may wonder, hey, Cuba is a communist country, it's always been anti-America. How is it that it is home to an American naval base? Well, the reason is this: about 100 years back, less than 100 years back, in the first decade of the last century, the Cuban ruler had signed a treaty with the Americans. America took on lease, a long lease, this particular place. What do you call it? Guantanamo Bay. It set up a naval base here and everything. In return, America would pay an annual rent for this. So even because it's an international agreement, Cuba has to honor it, even if it disagrees with the fact that the US is here. Okay. The Union Home Minister Special Operation Medal for 2023 was announced recently. In this context, which of the following medals was awarded? All of them, actually. All of them. The Union Minister for Home Affairs is Amit Shah. Amit Shah. He also happens to be the Union Minister of Cooperation. The Union Minister of Cooperation. Okay. Prime Minister Narendra Modi participated in the National Unity Day, which is in Hindi called the Rashtriya Ekta Divas celebrations at the Statue of Unity in Ekta Nagar, Gujarat. National Unity Day is observed on the death anniversary of, I'm very sorry, on the birthday of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. That's Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. He was named Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. His surname was Patel. Papa, I think, was Jhaveri Bhai. He is Vallabhbhai. Sardar was a title given to him after the Bardoli Satyagraha. He was born on 31st October 1875. 1875. He died on 15th December 1950. Now, his birthday, which also happens to be the death day of Indira Gandhi. Okay, Indira Gandhi was assassinated on 31st October 1984. And Sardar Patel was born on 31st October 1875. So his birthday is observed as Rashtriya Ekta Divas. He is also called the father of Indian integration. Father of Indian integration. Between 47 and 50, a lot of princely states merged themselves with India. And those who were adamant, crazy about independence and everything, we took we ensured that they became a part of India either by hook or crook. I'm so sorry, my eyes are burning. By hook or crook, which effectively means they employed all kinds of means, mainly the military means. Okay. He was the first Deputy Prime Minister of India. He also was the Home Minister. But remember, he was the first Deputy Prime Minister of India. Okay. Which bank named Mahendra Singh Dhoni as its brand ambassador? The State Bank of India. It is India's largest bank. If I'm not wrong, in the 1860s, three presidency banks were there. The presidency of Bank of Calcutta, of Madras, and of Bombay. So these three presidency banks from 1860s to, they were all merged in 1921. 1921, these three presidency banks were merged and given a name Imperial Bank of India. Imperial Bank of India. So the three presidency banks of Calcutta or Kolkata, Madras and Bombay were merged and given the name Imperial Bank of India in 1921. And in 1955, the government of India nationalized the Imperial Bank of India and renamed it State Bank of India. State Bank of India. It is India's largest bank and India's largest public sector bank. Its chairperson is Dinesh Khara, Khara. Dinesh Khara. ICICI Bank is run by Sandeep Bakshi. Sandeep Bakshi. Axis Bank, Amitabh Chaudhary, that's the CEO. IndusInd Bank CEO is Sumant Katpalia. Sumant Katpalia. Kathpalia. Kotak Mahindra Bank. The chairperson is Uday Kotak. The Union Minister of Commerce and Industry Piyush Goyal participated in the G7 Trade Ministers meeting held in Osaka, Japan. This is the top three. It is a top three city in Japan. In fact, the second largest city in Japan. What should you know about G7? Group of seven. Group of seven most industrialized nations. What are these? In geographical order from the west: Canada, United States, UK, okay, France, Italy, Germany, and Japan. Earlier, for some time, there was Russia, but Russia was suspended. So, to repeat the names of the members: Canada, United States, UK, France, Italy, Germany, and Japan. Okay. Piyush Goyal is a chartered accountant. He is former investment banker. He also happens to hold two other ministries. One is Ministry of Textiles, and the Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution. So let me repeat. He is the head of He is the head of the Ministry of Textiles and the Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution. As part of the UNESCO Creative Cities Network, which Indian city was designated the City of Literature? Kozhikode. Kozhikode, as you know, is in Kerala. It in the past was called Calicut. It was called Calicut. Kozhikode is also nicknamed the city of spices. City of spices. We have another two cities were designated something. Yeah, Gwalior, city of music. City of music. Gwalior, city of music. In fact, if I'm not wrong, in the past, Varanasi also designated a city of music. So there are two cities of music in India. One is Gwalior, the other is what is it? Varanasi. Gwalior and Varanasi. Yes. Okay. This is the light combat helicopter that the Indian Army is going to use, and it's nicknamed Prachand. What is it? Prachand. See, there is a kind of helicopter called, you see the choice one, Dhruv. Dhruv is the name of the advanced light helicopter. You could write this, advanced light helicopter. Okay. Prithvi is a surface-to-surface missile. Prithvi is a surface-to-surface missile. Jyoti Yaraji broke her own record by clocking a little over 13 seconds in the women's room event women's 100 meters. I don't know why I read that way. Women's 100 meters event to set new standards in 37th National Games. Which state hosted this event? Goa. You could write this 37th National Games. Host was Goa, and it's easy to know from its motto, which is Get Set Goa. Get Set Goa. Get Set Goa. That's the motto. The mascot. The games are happening now, so we can't really go into the medals details. This is the mascot, Moga, M-O-G-A. Moga. Moga is a Konkani word, Konkani Bhasha word. Konkani, as you know, is widely spoken in Goa. In Konkani Bhasha, Moga means love. It means love. It's an Indian bison. It's a bison bands basically. It's a little more than that. So this is love in Konkani Bhasha. Okay, Moga, M-O-G-A. According to the United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification, identify the correct statements about land degradation in India, across India and the world. All of them are there. See, growing population, the need for extracting products like coal, fossil fuels, which are all used to generate electricity. Then we have lithium and all that stuff basically. Yeah, we require wood. Wood. There's so many things that forest gives us. So this has taken a toll on forest surface area. You look at this. Nearly 30 million hectares of India's total reported land was degraded. So it's very difficult to use that. You turn that into fertile soil. So all of them are right. Who received the United Nations? You received the United States India Strategic Partnership Forum Global Leadership Award for this year's in the category of philanthropy and corporate social responsibility. This is Nita Ambani. Nita Ambani. What are the choices? Choices would include Roshni Nadar. She happens to be the executive chairperson. You could write chairperson, HCL Technologies. Chairperson, HCL Technologies. HCL Technologies. Indra Nui, former CEO of PepsiCo. Former CEO of PepsiCo. Kiran Majumdar Shah. She is the MD and CEO of Biocon. MD and CEO of Biocon. Leena Nair. Leena Nair is the CEO of Chanel. 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 Chanel is one of the world's most luxurious brands, apparel, accessories brand. So, an Indian woman heads it, my friends. She studied, if I'm not wrong, at XLR. Who of the following Indians was appointed by the WHO on its TB advisory group? Sarang Deo. He is a professor in healthcare management and supply chain at the Indian School of Business. He also happens to be on the TB advisory group at the WHO, World Health Organization. So Sarang Deo holds a BTech from IIT Bombay, MBA from IIM Ahmedabad, and a PhD from the University of California, LA campus, Los Angeles campus, I think, yeah, Los Angeles campus. So it does not matter, it has 12 campuses, so University of California. Think about it, MBA, BTech and all that stuff. With which finance bank did Fincare Small Finance Bank merge its banking operations? AU Small Finance Bank. Its CEO, you write the names of the CEOs. Sanjay Agarwal. Next. Equitas, choice 4. Equitas. Vasudevan P.N. Vasudevan P.N. Vasudevan. Next. Ujjivan Small Finance Bank, choice 5, is Ittira Das. Ittira, I-T-T-I-R-A. Ittira Das. Then we have ESAF, E-S-A-F. Paul Thomas. What about Jana Small Finance Bank? Ajay Kanwal or Kamal. Ajay, A-J-A-Y. Ajay Kaval, K-A-N-W-A-L. Which country approved the world's first passenger carrying flying taxi named whatever? I mean, it's a pretty long name. It's China. But this company is now under the lens of this short seller named Hindenburg. Sometime last year, Hindenburg had reported that Adani Group is manipulating its finances and all that stuff they mentioned. And the prices of the Adani companies shorted. I mean, they fell drastically, some of which have not recovered even today. Now this company is going after this Chinese company called Ehang. So they say that there is no order book, costs are very high, there is no profit, it's actually a huge loss. So this is contrary to what the company is claiming. So Hindenburg says there are no sales and everything. It's always tough to find who's right, basically. South Korea is not a very large country, about 1 lakh square kilometer big, but its capital is Seoul, which is one of the world's most populated places. It's okay, then I think this should be fine. Name the 4th phase of the operation launched by the Indian Customs in collaboration with the RELO. RELO is Regional Intelligence Liaison Office. Regional Intelligence Liaison Office. R for regional, I for intelligence, I for intelligence, L for liaison, L-I-A-I-S-O-N, liaison office. Okay, so these have come together primarily to stop smuggling, and especially the smuggling of red sanders, which is a kind of a popular wood. Okay, so the name of the operation is Operation Sesha. Which regulatory body made penny drop verification mandatory for the withdrawal of funds by subscribers of the National Pension System? The National Pension System is managed by PFRDA, which is Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority. I repeat, Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority. What exactly is penny drop? See, there is something called the Central Record Keeping Agency. So now you open an NPS, new pension scheme account with who? With PFRDA. Once you open it, the Central Record Keeping Agency would try to match the details provided. Actual bank account, what is this person claiming to be? And this permanent account, like normally income tax we say PAN, but when it comes to pension, there is something called PRAN, PRAN, which is permanent retirement account number. Permanent retirement account number. So it's PAN with an R, and the R stands for, let's say retirement. Okay, so PRAN account. Let's say I go to the bank, I go to a pension fund, I give my details. This is the bank account number and everything. So they look up, match the whatever I have given. Does it match the record? If yes, then they match it with the investor. Right? What they do is they send a certain transaction from their account. They send a little money from their account into my account. Now, remember one thing, this sending the money to check the legitimacy of the account. Why do they do this? To check whether the account really belongs to me or not. You got the idea? Yeah. So, they transfer some money. Once they transfer, if the account details are correct, everyone is satisfied, then any request for exit from NPS or withdrawal from NPS is entertained. In case no such request comes, the account goes. But remember, unless I make the request, no money can be withdrawn. If I make the request, then account numbers have to match through a penny drop. Penny is little paisa. It's a Western word basically. Okay, so what they do is they send some money from their account, NPS account, into my account, and whatever details I have given, if they are appropriate, relevant, right, and everything, then the further transaction takes place. I can withdraw my money. From NPS. That's what it means, nothing else. So penny drop is basically a transfer of a small amount of money into the subscriber's account. That's it. Okay. Who is the head of PFRDA? Deepak Mohanty. SEBI is headed by Madhabi Puri Buch. Madhabi, MADHABI, Madhabi Puri Buch, BUCH. RBI, Shaktikanta Das. TRI, PD Waghela, VAGHELA, Waghela. IRDAI, Debashish Panda. According to the latest information recorded from an 18-year-old study, which Indian state exhibited the highest incidence of cancer. It's Mizoram. This is Mizoram, my friends. Okay, Mizoram. It is believed that the degree of cancer is quite high in Mizoram, though the population is small and everything. There are certain genetic things that actually lead to this. I've gone through only the abstract paper, but it's all medical terms, so I really couldn't make much of the head or tail of this. It is believed that women get, most women get lung cancer. The incidence, what kind of cancer. So women cancer patients, most of them would be afflicted with lungs, and men, it's something to do with stomach. I don't know how it is basically, but that's how it is. It's always a sad thing. Meghalai's chief minister is Zoramthanga, Zoramthanga. Zoramthanga. Manipur's chief minister is Biren Singh, BIREN, Biren Singh. Meghalaya, Conrad Sangma, CONRAD, Conrad Sangma. Meghalaya, Konrad Sangma, Manipur, Biren Singh, Tripura, Dr. Manik Saha, S-A-H-A, Manik Saha. Dr. Manik Saha. Okay. Assam, Himanta Biswa Sharma, Himanta Biswa Sharma, Himanta Biswa Sharma. With the acquisition of Taiwan-based Winston Infocom Manufacturing, which is the first Indian company to make the iPhone in India, it's Tata Group. Now, Tata Group has acquired Winston Infocom. Within Tata Group, there is a company called Tata Electronics. Tata Electronics. Vedanta Group's chairperson is Anil Agarwal. Anil Agarwal. Vedanta Group, Anil Agarwal. Tata Group chairperson is Natarajan Chandrasekharan. Natarajan Chandrasekhar or Chandrasekharan. Reliance Industries, you know, it's Mukesh Ambani. Aditya Birla Group, headed by Kumar Mangalam Birla. Kumar Mangalam Birla. Adani Group, Gautam Adani. Gautam Adani. Which Arab country's court sentenced 8 Indian former Navy personnel to death on charges of espionage? Espionage is spying. Qatar had sentenced 8 retired Indian naval personnel. These personnel were employed by a local company and they were working on a defense project of the Qatar Navy. Unfortunately, they have been accused of espionage. Now, no details of about this case are forthcoming. Please know this. This is the line of the government of India. Much of that you read in the newspapers is speculation that they were spying for Israel, for Saudi Arabia, and everything. So, till the government of India comes out with its own version, we will not go there. But Qatar is a tiny country. You can see this is a tiny country, Qatar. This is Bahrain. Okay, tiny Qatar is run from Doha. That's the capital, and it's run by a man called Qatar, no? Tamim, Tamim, Tamim Al Thani, Al-Thani, Thani, Tamim Al Thani. Okay. Doha will host the 2030 Asian Games as well. 2030 Asian Games. Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince and Prime Minister is Mohammed bin Salman. Mohammed bin Salman. Bin means son of. Muhammad, the son of Salman. Salman is the current king of Saudi Arabia. King Salman Abdul Aziz. Oman. This is Oman. In yellow, you find it here. Oman. Oman's capital is Muscat, as you can see here. Muscat, M-U-S-C-A-T. And the leader is Haytham. H-A-I-T-H-A-M. Haytham. I repeat. Haytham Al-Sayyid. Al-Sayyid. E-L-L-Sayyid. S-A-I-D. Sayyid. So his full name is Haytham bin Tariq Al-Sayyid. Kuwait. Nazaf Al-Sabah. There's a long name, we'll just ignore it. United Arab Emirates. This is the United Arab Emirates here, and it's Zayed Al Nahyan. Zayed, Z-A-Y-E-D. Zayed Al-Nahyan, N-A-H-Y-A-N. Al-Nahyan, Al-Thani, Al-Sayyid. These are all family names, surnames. The summit of the three basins was held in Brazzaville, which is the capital of the Republic of Congo, on the Atlantic. It's there in the equator in Africa. In this context, which of the following basins regions is part of this? All of them are part of it. Amazon basin, the world's largest river basin. Congo, which is in the heart of Africa, which is like Congo. You have this two countries that go, that are home to Congo river basin. One is the DRC, which is the the Democratic Republic of Congo, previously called Zaire, Z-A-I-R-E, Zaire. And next doors, there is a small country called Republic of Congo, Republic of Congo. Borneo, Mekong. Borneo is an island which is home to 3 countries, Brunei, Malaysia, and Indonesia. But Mekong is the river that starts in China, flows through a lot of countries, finally, draining into the Pacific Ocean through Vietnam. Now the problem with this is this entire, this kind of session is that there is pretty little unanimous. If you look at the devastation in this part of the world, there is widespread industrial expansion. Consequently, there is a great deal of exploration for fossil fuels. Then there is mining. Then there is something called industrial expansion. Now, all these things would require land, which effectively means that land, that is forest, is being cleared for these kinds of purposes, to build a nuclear plant or a mining area and all that stuff. And one more thing here, that when these basins are impacted, humankind and everyone else is impacted. Humankind and everyone else is impacted. So the problem here is that, ladies and gentlemen, millions of people live in these places. Agriculturists, tribals, uncontacted persons, people who live in towns which are somewhere around these places. But because of rampant industrial expansion, mining for fossil fuel, mining for extra metals, scouring or exploring for fossil fuels, all this is lead to loss of habitat, loss of biodiversity, and what is it called? It's impacting everyone involved, my friends. It's impacting the whole world. So that's what is happening. That's unfortunately true. Okay. Identify the crypto king who once ran one of the world's biggest cryptocurrency exchanges, FTX, and was found guilty of fraud and money laundering. This is Sam Bankman-Fried. Samuel Fried or Fried was once called the father of crypto, or maybe say the crypto king, as you can see in the question itself. Yeah, he was a kind of a poster boy for the cryptocurrency industry. At one point, his personal wealth was estimated $15 billion. But in one day, when the company began to sell its assets and when it was accused of fraud and eventually this guy was arrested, in one day, the value of his personal wealth came down from $15 billion to $1 billion. One day. So look, even wealth is not permanent. And it is believed that this man he has been accused and indicted on seven fraud counts, 7 counts, which include willingly committing fraud, wire fraud in America they call it. Falsifying books of accounts and all that stuff. 7, and it is believed that though the verdict has not come, Sam will be sent to jail for about 100 years. Which means effectively no chance for parole, freedom. Yeah, 100 years, my friends. That's a lot of term. With which European nation did India sign Mobility and Migration Partnership Agreement for the movement of workers, students and professionals? Last year we signed something similar for the United Kingdom, and this year it's with Italy. We'll just focus on 2 countries here. Italy, the Prime Minister who was in India recently for the G20 is Giorgia Meloni, M-I-L-O-N-I, Meloni, or M-E-L-O-N-I, both are fine. M-E-L-O-N-I, Meloni. Azerbaijan, if you want to write, you could write Azerbaijan. The capital is Baku, B-A-K-U, Baku. And the president there is Ilham Aliyev. Ilham, I-L-H-A-M. I repeat, I-L-H-A-M. I-L-H-A-M. Ilham Aliyev. A-L-I-Y-E-V. YEV. Chalo. Recently, 28 countries, including India, the US, the UK, and European Union, signed the Bletchley Declaration to contain risk associated with artificial intelligence. People are scared these days of artificial intelligence. I have never used chat GPT and everything, but many people have, and they say that it's pretty effective. But the growing worry is that it's not just that it can churn out an answer, but it's much beyond that. People are worried about loss of jobs. People are worried about how, if this technology falls in the hands of the wrong kind of people, it could lead to devastation. Elon Musk has said that AI could wipe out humanity. Never know. Mark Zuckerberg is a great fan of AI, but Elon Musk is not. Elon Musk says no, we should not even go anywhere close to this. Yeah, but then so many things these days work with AI, isn't it? Which regulatory body was presented with the Business Lines Change Maker of the Year Award 2023 for steering the country through the turbulent period of the pandemic? The Reserve Bank of India. India remains one of the world's fewest, brightest spots in a patchy global economy. So the Reserve Bank of India has done a remarkable job of balancing inflation, growth, and everything else. Of these choices, you know about most of them. I'll just stick to choice number 2, CCI, which is the Competition Commission of India. The Competition Commission of India. Okay, the Competition Commission of India is headed by Ravneet Kaur. Ravneet, RAVNEET. Ravneet Kaur, KAUR. Ravneet Kaur. Okay, the basic job of the CCI is to ensure that there is competition in the market in a particular sector, which would improve services for the consumers and give them choices. That's the main job of the CCI. Which country's leader announced a stimulus package worth more than $100 billion to ease the pressure from inflation? Kishida. And Japan for long has had problems with inflation. It's now, they really have inflation. But historically, Japan has had deflation, which effectively means that inflation rate goes below zero. Money supply is higher and there is no demand, there is no supply, prices go down, consequently deflation happens. Japan for almost 15-20 years has had deflation. Now things are changing, and luckily their inflation target is 2%. Okay, they are around 1.5 basically. Yoon Suk Yeol is the president of South Korea. He's the president of South Korea. She, as you know, is the president of China. Rishi Sunak, PM of UK. Emmanuel Macron, president of the World Bank. Is it so? Emmanuel Macron is the president of France. President of France. Macron is the president of France. So who's the president of the World Bank? Ajay Banga. Ajay Banga. B-A-N-G-A. Banga. Thank you for being here, guys. That's all about from me. All about GK for this week. For me, this was a very short session. Have a lot of fun. Thank you for being here. Enjoy yourself. Thank you.